All right, so obviously the multiplayer is a huge part of what Uncharted 3 is going to be all about, but the series thus far has been defined by its single player, and we saw a lot of it at E3, but we're going to take a look now as you walk us through the demo from your perspective. Tell us what we're going to see in the single player.
So what we're going to show you today here is the cruise ship level. The cruise ship takes place about halfway through the storyline. It's the pirates have commandeered a cruise liner, and they're using it as their stronghold. This is now their main base. Drake has found his way onto the cruise liner, and now we're going to fight our way through it. The cruise liner is a living environment, much like the train in Uncharted 2. So as the waves crash upon it, it's going to move. It's going to pitch and swell with it. So that's going to affect Drake's movement a little bit. It's also going to affect your aiming slightly. Let's go ahead and I'll show you right now.
Sounds good to me.
So one of the first things you can see here is the big epic waves that are coming up on the ship. And you can see all the environment moving. All the objects on the deck are also swelling with the waves. You'll be able to see the water in the pool is going to fluctuate with the level too as well. As you can see, it moves, it displaces as the ship pitches. As we enter into the cruise ship hold where the pirates are located, we're going to see a little bit of more of that dynamic environment. So you can see the chandeliers move here and they pitch and swell back and forth. And then we'll give you a little bit of taste of our stealth mechanics for Melee. The stealth is back from previous Uncharted, but we've also expanded on our Melee combat a little bit as well. We've now added contextual melees where you can slam enemies' heads into objects. You can go ahead and pick up objects in the environment that are near and get kills with that. We also have disarm tactics where Drake can punch an enemy and then take his weapon from him and rifle butt him with his own enemy. Other options that you'll be able to do is if an enemy's got a grenade on his belt, Drake will be able to pull the pin and kick the enemy away. One of the things we like to focus on is the dynamic lighting effect. You can see right here as we approach this enemy here, we have this great bright light source in Drake's face. But as you transition through it, you're going to adjust slightly, just as your eyes would in real life, to the environment. You'll notice that as Drake moves through the environment here, he'll reach out and touch it a little more to stabilize himself because the ship is not level. So right there, you got a little bit of taste of one of our disarm tactics. Gave him a little nice uppercut and got his AKA from him.
It happens in real life when I do it like that.
Oh, always. That's how it should be. So as we approach the hold down here, we'll see we're getting closer. What we really wanted to focus on is Naughty Dog's very good at creating environments. You saw in Uncharted 1, you saw water. In Uncharted 2, we saw some snow. So what we're visiting here is Uncharted 3 is featuring that water dynamic. It's featuring sand, because obviously we're going to end up in the desert searching for that fabled Atlantis of the sands. But Naughty Dog addresses those all very well. We want to make them all realistic to the environments they're in. So as I reach the hold here, you'll notice that we pretty much hit a dead end here, so I'm not finding what I'm looking for. And it's actually the pirates have set up an ambush for me, and now they're trying to get me. But being Nathan Drake, ambushes aren't going to work on me. Drake's going to find a way out of this situation. So we're bringing back the seamless gameplay between going from in-game gameplay where you're controlling it to the in-game cutscenes, and then right back to the gameplay with no loading screens. So now the ship has suffered catastrophic damage from my brute force tactics, and we're taking on water, and the ship's starting to capsize. So we got to find a way out of here really quickly. So right here, you see an example of where I'm able to pull a pin off the enemy's grenade on his belt and kick him away. That's just one of the new melee tactics that we added. Now the ship has taken on so much water that we're capsizing. Now we really have to find a way out. So what we'll see here is the ground is no longer the ground, the walls are no longer the walls. So we have to find new ways to traverse through this level.
I know that the water physics are going to play a huge part in this game, correct?
Oh yeah, the water physics, you'll see the water rise, but not only water. Our sand tech is also the same, where the sand will billow upon itself, it'll move, it'll stack. You'll see your footprints as you walk through it. We've expanded on our swimming mechanic. In Uncharted Drake's Fortune, you swam a little bit, but it was always on top of the water. So now we're adding gun combat. You can actually shoot out of the water now. You can dive underwater to avoid enemy gunfire. As you'll see here, as soon as we get out of this, you can actually swim underwater for periods of time before Drake runs out of air. So what you're going to get here is the same cinematic experience that you were used to in the previous Uncharted games we're going for again. Amy's an amazing writer, and she's created a story that, it could be a blockbuster movie if it weren't a video game. So as we approach here, we think we're safer out of the water, but as you can see, obviously it's taking on more and more water, and now it's still bursting through the level of the deck I'm on. And this is where we're going to call it into the demo today. We're going to tease you guys a little bit more.
Tease.
So we hope you guys want more, and we'll hope you pick it up on November 1st this year.
Thanks so much for your time, man. We appreciate it.
You have a great day.